Hi, my name is Timothy Martin from Babylon Troop 1, and this is my Eagle Project. It's a 3-mile hiking tour, and it's all about the history of Babylon Village. This walking tour gives some of the history of Babylon Village. Babylon Village was not always its own village. It began back in 1657. On June 5th, 1657, the first land in what was to become the town of Babylon was purchased by Jonas Woods from Mattapawit, a Native American. This consisted of the 5 necks of land that extended from Babylon Village on the east to Lindenhurst Village on the west Huntington about 1655. The land bought on June 5th, 1657 was for what has become known as the 5 necks purchase, and consisted of the communities of Babylon Village, part of West Babylon, and Lindenhurst Village. The total cost was 20 coats, 20 hoes, 20 hatchets, 20 knives, 10 pounds of powder, 10 pounds of lead, and 1 great kettle, and 1 hat. Every year a coat for 6 years, Jonas Wood. Babylon Village became an incorporated village in 1893.
My name is Ralph Scordino. I'm the Village of Babylon mayor. I've been a mayor for 8 years. I'm in my third 4-year term as mayor. Incorporated in 1893, the Village Hall houses the administration staff, the fire department, and our village highway department. The location of our village on the Great South Bay is accessible to the Atlantic Ocean, has helped form our history from the beginning. The area known as the Village of Babylon was purchased from the Sumpalums Indians in 1670. It was known as Huntington South. Farmers came down from Huntington to the Great South Bay to harvest saltay for their feed and bedding for their livestock. It was a journey, so farmers would stay a period of time before returning home. Travelers would stop in Babylon on their 3-day trip from New York City to Southampton. This created the need for stores, services, and lodging. In our bay, flounder, bluefish, and shellfish were abundant in the bay, providing income and sustenance for our settlers. The fresh streams from the north on both sides of Babylon Village, the Sumpalums Creek and the Calls River, provided power for our mills, producing grain, lumber, and paper.
My name is Jenya Pierce. I am in Troop 1, New York. This oldest house in Babylon, the White House is across from the fire station. It is one of the oldest houses, along with the 1801 house and the Nathaniel Conklin house. The White House here has an uncertain date when it was built, somewhere around 1800. The architecture sure dates this house.
Hi, I'm Hank Hansen from Troop 1 Babylon. I'm going to talk about St. Joseph's Church. In 1877, our parish was established by Reverend Joseph J. Coughlin as pastor. Boundaries extended from the Great South Bay on the south to the Huntington Town line in the north. In 1878, our first church, a simple wooden structure, was erected on the north side of Grove Place. The parish community was small and religious. Instructions were held in the basement of the church. In 1912, on July 28th, our first Mass was held in the new church. It was the only church of its kind in the United States because of its unique all-brick structure. .
Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Ermert, Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 1 Babylon, New York, and I'm here to tell you about the Babylon United Methodist Church right behind me. The church has been at this site, the cross-section of Deer Park Avenue and James Street, since 1859. It began in the home of a devoted Methodist family in 1831, and the church has since become a home for many, the place where we worship every Sunday, celebrating the joys of baptism and marriage and God, but also the place where we bear our sorrows of illness, death, and loss. The church currently serves the community with a nursery school, a youth fellowship, a food pantry, a soup kitchen, and a variety of plays that are put forth by the James Street Players. The church is also the sponsor of Boy Scout Troop 1, and it has been the sponsor for 101 years. And it is also the sponsor of PAC 99 for the past 58 years.
Hi, welcome to the Nathaniel Conklin House in Babylon Village. I'm Mrs. Karen Petz, and I'm the coordinator for events for the village and the Conklin House. Hi, welcome to the Nathaniel Conklin House. This house was built in 1803 by an industrialist from Huntington whose name was Nathaniel Conklin. He moved from Huntington to the shores of Babylon because he had built a tanning factory right over where Holy Pond is now. He brought his 2 sons and his mother. His mother was here to take care of his 2 sons because he had been recently widowed. As he came down here, he brought his mother to see this wonderful area that we call Babylon, which was known as Huntington South. And his mother was not thrilled at all with what she saw. She was a very religious woman, and when she saw the village of Babylon, she was horrified because of the number of bars and taverns that had built up along Montauk Highway. As a result, she said, "Oh no, this is a Babylon." But as legend has it, Nathaniel Conklin said, "No, Mother, this will be a new Babylon." And in this house, we have the original cornerstone from the house, which is inscribed, "This house built in 1803, Nathaniel Conklin." And that's how Babylon was supposedly getting its name.
I'm Peter Gillen, and I'm here to talk about the Babylon Village train station. In 1865, Babylon became a major station and division point for the South Side Railroad, later acquired by the Long Island Railroad, which is called the LIRR. In 1925, the line was electrified with a 3rd rail, and most service on the former South Side line, now known as the Montauk branch or Babylon branch of the LIRR, has been operated by electric multiple unit trains since. All trains east of Babylon operate with diesel electric power, which replaced steam locomotives in the 1950s.
Dominic Flat Calvieri from Troop 1 Babylon. I'm going to be talking about the Argyle Hotel, which used to be over there. Babylon soon became the primary gateway to the nearby barrier beaches, including Fire Island, a position it held until the building of the current Captree causeways, allowing automobile access to the beaches nearest the Babylon shore. Beachgoers arriving by train or coach or staying at the local hotels typically took the Babylon Railroad, originally a horse car line and later a trolley, to the Babylon dock for ferries to Oak Island, Muncie Island, and Fire Island destinations. The famous Argyle Hotel in Babylon was one of the many built in the late 1800s to accommodate wealthy summer visitors from New York City. It was constructed in 1882 by August Belmont. Blybourne Lake became renamed Argyle Lake for one of the hotel's largest investors and town aristocrat, the heir to the Dukedom Argyle. Demolished in 1904, some of the structure being used to build homes west of the lake in the area now known as Argyle Park.
Hi, I'm Hollis Hanson from Troop 1 Babylon, and I'm going to talk about the Cuban Giants. The Cuban Giants were the first African-American professional baseball club. The team was originally formed in 1885 right here at the Argyle Hotel, a summer resort in Babylon, New York. The team was so skilled in the game and achieved victory over so many of the nearby amateur white teams that they attracted the attention of promoter Walter Cook. To appeal to a broader audience, Cook styled them with the name Cuban Giants, a common ploy to avoid referring to the players as black or Negro. There were no Cubans on the Cuban Giants. The team remained one of the premier Negro League teams for nearly 20 years. The team went on to become the World Color Champions of 1887 and 1888, and spawn imitators.
Hi, I'm Sean Martin from Babylon Troop 1. This monument pays tribute to the soldiers and sailors who defended our freedom in World War I. Perhaps someday we will not have to erect any more monuments for brave men and women lost in battle. We continue to pray for world peace.
Hi, I'm Spencer DiLorenzo from Troop 1 in Babylon Village, New York. Argyle Waterfall. The land was originally purchased and donated to the village by an anonymous person in 1922. The secret was not kept for long, and the anonymous donor would be revealed as Stanley Foster. In 1929, after his death, his sister donated $25,000 for renovations and improvements to the waterfalls in Argyle Lake. These waterfalls have been the backdrop for countless family affairs such as weddings, sweet 16s, proms, engagements, and the like.
Hi, my name is Liam. I am in Troop 1. Behind me is the Revolutionary Monument. Joe Cook Monument was a veteran of the American Revolution. The statue used to be on high school grounds and was moved to the present location in the 1900s.
Hi, I'm Rob Gruskin from Babylon's Troop 1, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the 9/11 Memorial. Right along the shorelines of Babylon's Village most famous park and lake is the village's own September 11th Memorial, a permanent tribute to the reminder of those who lost their lives during the terrorist attacks of 2001. The gardens, located to the east of the waterfalls and facing West Main Street, are in a gated area surrounded by lively plants and a memorial plaque that in its eastern end reads, "Through the voices is quiet, the spirits echo still." Babylon Village was heavily affected by the 2001 attack, losing 9 members of the community, including 3 members of the New York City Fire Department. The names of the lost are engraved in a circular monument surrounding the lush-designed bush. The names, ages, and affiliates of the 9 residents lost on September 11, 2001.
Good afternoon. I'm Alice Zaruka. I'm Babylon Village historian. I was asked to talk about the Historical Society. And this should be your first step before making a tour of our historic village sites. The building was originally the Babylon Library. The building belongs to the village. When the library is moved to its present location, Mayor Hance determined we needed a place to housed the artifacts that had been collecting in the village hall. Thus, a group of residents were called on September 1974 and commenced the beginning of our society. The Rolls, Gail Labenow, Mrs. Robert Keeshan, Condi, Bill Torrey, Leach, and Ed Wolf. A provisional New York State charter was obtained, and the Historical Society was in business. The museum is laid out with various periods: early settlement, Victorian era, and life in the 20th century. Special events are held throughout the year, and the museum is open on Wednesday and Saturdays for viewing between 2 and 4. And if you didn't come here to begin your tour, then finish it here at the museum. Our phone number is 669-1756. We look forward to seeing you.
Hello, I am Sean Martin again. I'm going to be doing the drinking sign. The one in front of the Historical Society was on Main Street and Fire Island Avenue. The original fountain was donated by Women's Exchange in 1897 and used to provide water for man, horses, and pets. It was demolished by a trolley that overturned and broke into pieces.
I'm Mary Cascone, Historical Archivist at the Town of Babylon History Museum at Old Town Hall. The town of Babylon's history dates back to 1653, when it was part of the town of Huntington. It was in 1872 that residents voted to separate and create their own town. However, it would be another 45 years, not until 1917, that this building would be constructed to be a secure, centralized place for local government. This was the seat of town government for 40 years, until 1958, when the town hall in North Lindenhurst was constructed. After that, this building became the Department of Motor Vehicles. It was the district courthouse and was later sold to a private businessman who operated a photography studio. In 2004, the town of Babylon reacquired the building for renovations and to create the Town of Babylon History Museum. Today, it includes exhibits about the history of the town, all the communities that make up the town of Babylon, and features the old jail cells from the former Town of Babylon Police Department. This year, we were pleased to unveil a new exhibit, Our Veterans Brave and Noble, dedicated to our local veterans.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Monica from Troop 1. Presbyterian Church was first congregation in 1730. In 1784, the site for the church was chosen. The church that stands today was built in 1870. The spire is 250 feet, has been used as a navigation tool and landmark since it was built. The church can be seen in many of the historic photos of Babylon.
Hello, my name is Thomas Inswante from Troop 1 Babylon. This is Southard's Corner Boatyard. The house was built in 1854. It has been in the family for over a century and has been a continuous working boatyard. The house was moved about 30 feet from its original site and is on a foundation 2.5 feet higher than the original site.
Hello everyone, I am Mr. Ermert, Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 1 Babylon, New York, and I'm here to tell you about the Marconi Wireless Telegraph and the Marconi House. The Marconi House was a small building approximately 10 feet by 10 feet, which is not much taller than me, and it was located here in Babylon, near the corner of Virginia Avenue and Fire Island Avenue. Mr. Marconi used this small building for training wireless operators and for beaming wireless messages to ships at sea. The small building, as well as the Victorian country house at the Babylon property, comprised the residence and school, which was responsible for teaching the Marconi method of wireless communication, the premier method of the time. The facility first became operational in 1902 and contained a 210-foot mast, which allowed the station to broadcast to a 200-mile radius. The small building was operated by the Marconi Wireless Technology Company of America for 10 years, at which time the technology became obsolete due to shortwave technology. The Babylon station became forgotten for over 20 years, and the small building was used by the local boys for electrical experiments, as well as a paint shed by the farmer who owned the property.
Hi, I'm Timothy Martin, Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 1 in Babylon, New York, and I'm at the Babylon Village docks on the Great South Bay. This is where the aristocrats of New York City would come and board their ferries to go to the barrier islands on the Great South Bay. Those islands included Fire Island, Oak Island, and the like. In the early 1900s, they found what leisure time was all about. Much like the Hamptons are today, the barrier islands were the playgrounds of the early 1900s. Today, we can all enjoy those islands and have a great time. With that, we look forward to seeing all of you here in Babylon Village.
Hi, I'm Timothy Martin from Babylon Troop 1, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video of our tour and learning about our village, and we hope to see you guys soon. Bye.